Okay. Hello, everyone. Welcome to today's webinar on the ultimate AI playbook for HRs. We'll just wait 2 more minutes for everyone to join. Meanwhile, we have a survey running live right now on calculating your HR process maturity level. My team has already shared the link in the comments below for everyone to fill it. It just takes 2 minutes and you will get your score right away. And 3 lucky participants will be receiving a surprise hamper from our team. And yeah, I hope you all fill it. And then in 2 minutes, we'll start the webinar.
अनुभव आज अलग दिख रही है। समझ गया।
चुपचाप खाना खाओ।
समझ गया मैं।
Hello, ma'am. Very good morning. I am Nanda, just attending this meeting from Mali, West Africa, one of the TRB team. You have communicated something where I was in the other call, so I couldn't listen to it. Could you please repeat?
Okay, thank you. Nanda, we have a survey running right now, and it's the survey is right now in the comment section. And in 1 minute, I will be starting the webinar and the training for entire panel today, for all the attendees today.
Okay, done. Thank you.
And as a request to everyone, please put yourself on mute for a better learning experience. Okay, so I'm really excited to have you all with us today. AI is changing the way HR teams work, from recruitment, screening to employee experiences and everyday decision making. There's a lot happening. And today, we are going to explore what that actually means for HR leaders and teams. And we have two fantastic speakers today, Mohita, a seasoned expert, and Himanshu, an AI champion and founder of Green, who will be joining us at the end of the session to take up the questions in the Q&A. So we have a lot to unpack today. We also want to make this session interactive. At uKnowva, we are running a survey to calculate your HR process maturity level that will help you understand how AI efficient your HR system is at present. My team has already shared the link below. Do fill it, and there's something extra. 3 lucky participants who will take the survey today will win a surprise hamper from us. So, meanwhile, you can also put your questions in the comment sections, which we will take in the Q&A later. So without further ado, let's get started with the webinar that's on the ultimate AI playbook for HRs. Before we talk about AI in HR, let's first understand what AI actually means. At its core, AI or artificial intelligence is technology that learns, understands, predicts, and acts. It learns data, understands patterns, acts upon it by predicting future trends, based on this data and patterns to recommend the next set of actions. In more advanced cases, it even does the best suited changes after asking for your permission. The most important part here is data. In case of HRs, when AI becomes part of your HR system, it learns from your employee and organizational data, including historical data. And the more your AI can integrate into your systems used for different functions, the better it can act. But there's a catch. AI is intelligent and fast, but it is only as good as the data it works with. If the data is incomplete or incorrect, AI can misunderstand the situation or even hallucinate and give you an incorrect answer. So, for an HR, good AI starts with good data and continuous governance as well. In fact, Deloitte's State of AI in the Enterprise 2026 report found close to 40% of Indian respondents already significant of full use of AI against a 28% global average, ranking India first amongst 15 surveyed countries. Now let's go to the next slide. Have you ever wondered, does your HRMS just use AI or does it actually think with AI? With an AI-enabled HRMS, AI responds when you ask it to do something. Think of like a chatbot. You ask a question and give it a task and it responds. So it mainly helps improve operational efficiency. But with an AI native HRMS, it goes further. AI native is constantly working in the background as an HR assistant. With native AI, your dashboard or predictive analytics could spot patterns, risks, trends, and bring them to your attention even before you start asking. So, AI enabled responds to you, and AI native can work ahead of you. And that leaves us with an important question. The next time you evaluate or change your HR tech, ask, is the system or platform truly AI native? Well, now let's understand another important difference: an AI agent versus agentic. An AI agent is like a smart worker that handles one specific task when you ask. For example, HR says, apply my leave. The AI agent understands the request, creates the leave in the system, and shares it for further approvals. Task is done. Agentic AI goes further, like an advanced version of AI agent that not just listens and acts to your command, but also suggests next actions. For example, it can identify employees with low attendance, analyze the patterns, create a detailed report, and then alert HR with the insight that is a possible attrition risk or some employees running on a lower EI and needs motivation or training. Now, instead of explaining AI agents and how they advance to become agentic, let me show you what they can actually do. I will take you through three simple examples of AI with agentic attributes already enabled in uKnowva and how they can make everyday HR work easier for you. Aditi, can we go to the video? First, we'll go to the HR chatbot. Here you can have options like holiday, leave, salary, attendance. When you click on holiday, you can have a list like option holidays, holiday list. And when you click on leave, you have apply leave, leave history, leave balance, and other options. When you go to salary, you can download payslip, current salary details, past salary details. And then when you go to attendance, you can regularize your attendance or check my attendance with the click of a button. Let's take an example. So we click holiday list. The chat gives you the entire list of your holidays and in the system. When you click leave and apply leave, the chatbot asks you for the details, and then you fill all the details like start date, end date, reason, leave type, which can be CL, COL, WP. All of that you type in and then hit enter or the send button, and then it asks you for a confirmation within like a few seconds, and then you click confirm and it sends your application directly to your reporting manager for approvals. That's it. It only takes a few seconds. Now we have a reporting agent. AI report agent, when you click on that button, opens the interface. Therein on the left side, you have the options to create your own reports, or you can click the buttons that you already have to have a report generated. Within seconds, the MCP or AI agent will start thinking, and you can see the chain of thought at the right hand side. And on the left hand side of the chat interface, you can see summary of the report that we have asked the agent to generate. Okay, and what you will see inside the report, it has also mentioned that, and assumptions that the report agent has considered while creating the report. And explore more, you have options like you can add more or delete more columns. Okay, and at the right hand side you have the details of the reports. Therein you have title, filter, and you have report category, report descriptions, which you can tweak and change, obviously, and access group as well. And then you have scheduled and advanced settings as well to automate the report. And then you can see generated SQL queries as well, and the preview of the tabular form, how it would look like. And once you are ready, you can click the save report button to save your report inside the system, which is like the blue button. Yes. Next, we have workflow agent within the MCP. It works in a similar way. You click the button and ask the agent to create a workflow for you. It takes a few seconds, and at the right hand side, you can see the settings that you can tweak and toggle. Again, it shows you assumptions and settings applied. And at the right hand side, you can tweak things, forms, fields that you want to add or delete in the forms, menu settings that you want to change, and click submit. Okay, so now let's understand MCP, or Model Context Protocol, with a very simple example. Think of MCP like a USB charger. Different phone brands, but one common way to connect. Similarly, we have LLMs. For those who don't know, LLMs are large language models, and these are nothing tools like ChatGPT, Claude, Gemini that you use every day. MCP connects these LLM models to your HR platform and its data. So AI can not only understand your prompt, but also helps HR take in a single interface, just like how your usual prompts are responded by these systems. For example, instead of navigating through UI and clicking multiple menus or buttons to post a job, you can simply tell the AI, post a job for a sales manager. And through MCP, it can analyze existing designations, salaries, JDs from the past similar job requirements and complete the task and publish the job on your career portal within seconds. So that's where MCP becomes important. It changes how HR actually interacts with HRMS from a traditional UI approach to a prompt based approach. In fact, uKnowva already has MCP capabilities, which enables HR to leverage both AI and UI flexibility and decide how they want to use their system. uKnowva proudly calls it uKnowva's virtual assistant. And I will show you some of the key use cases in action so you can see how it actually works. Can you forward it? Yes. First, we'll see how to create a job. We have already filled in details to create a job and send to the agent in the chatbot. You can see on the screen. It is running the scan in the background, and it takes merely few seconds and job is created. Next, it is asking you whether you want to publish it in your career portal or not. Once you confirm it, the job is live on the career portal as well, and it shares the link in the same message. Here. Next, we have an example to create events using the same MCP. You ask the MCP to create an event on your calendar, and it will ask you the details like start time, end time, and then you fill in the details of the event. Again, it takes only a few seconds for it to respond back with event details and the link as well. So it's reading right now, and it's scanning the backend data. And then within seconds, you get the response that you needed. It's that quick. Now you need to create a candidate profile. You can do that as well in the agent. You ask it to create a candidate profile, and then again it scans and asks you data for the candidate to create the profile. And we fill in the details, and within seconds it creates and adds the candidate data within the system. Next, you manage your leaves as well using MCB. Again, you ask, show me my leave balance. And the agent gives you back the leave balance that you have in your account registered in the HRMS. You can see earned leaves, sick leaves, paid leaves, and other. And then you can have view holiday calendar as well in the same chart. Again, it gives you a list like Republic Day, Eid, Maharashtra Day, any other leaves that or holidays that are mentioned in the HRMS. Then you type get me leave types. It will show you the types already embedded in your system along with the rules that are applied and the allotted number of leaves given to you as the user in the HRMS. Then you can say show leaves. It shows you the current leave request that you have sent and whether it's pending or approved. If it's pending, you can still apply for another leave in the same chat box. And it will again ask you for the details. You can fill in the details like your start, end date, reason for the leave, and simply it sends the leave application to your manager. And it's that easy. One key question to check with your HRMS while adopting MCB is how safe is your data when you give access to LLMs to go through your organizational data. At uKnowva, we call it being AI native and going headless, which means switching to a complete AI setup from a traditional UI setup, but be mindful with full data security. Now, before we get into predictive analytics, a quick question for all the HRs here. Do you have lots or tons of employee data, but still end up reacting to problems only after they happen? You can comment in the box below if that's the case for you, for sure. And this is what predictive analytics in HRMS is designed to change. The most interesting part of AI is where it thinks and predicts issues and trends so you can be ready before the damage is done. For HR, that could mean spotting rising attrition, attendance concerns, or workforce trends before they become even bigger problems. Multiple IT companies use these to predict workforce requirements for new projects as well. So instead of only understanding what happened, HR gets a chance to see what's happening next and act early. Let me show you a quick example of how this works in uKnowva. See generate summary button that is embedded in our dashboard. It fetches key factors and recommendations to you depending and based on your given dashboard data. Within seconds, it will give you key factors and then recommendations as well. It is that easy. Okay, let's move to an area where every HR team knows well. That is recruitment. Imagine you open a new role and suddenly have hundreds of applications to go through. This is where AI can make hiring much easier. It helps HR post a job with MCP like I showed you earlier. Find candidates, screen resumes, create interview questions, shortlist the right talent, and even support the journey towards faster onboarding. So instead of spending hours on repetitive work, recruiters can spend more time on what actually matters. That is, finding the right candidates and having better conversations with them. Now, understand this better with few live examples and see AI in recruitment in action with uKnowva. Aditi, can you move the slide? First, we have CV pass enabled in our recruitment. It asks you for a source to add your candidates, and then therein you can drop your zip file there. And within seconds, it will match or list all your candidates in the interface. It is that fast. Next, we have talent fit score analysis of each candidate. Whenever you click the candidate name, it will have the entire summary right from talent fit score, talent fit analysis, skills matched, cover note, additional skills, all automatically generated so you can hire better according to the job application or the job posting. Next, we have AI interviews as well embedded in our uKnowva system. We have integration with Grady that helps you conduct AI generated interviews for technical rounds or soft skill assessments so that you can filter your candidates much faster without human intervention, at least for the first few rounds. Next, Aditi. Then we have faster onboarding enabled in uKnowva with AI powered import. Therein, you can upload your CSV files where you get the choose file option, and your entries can be maybe in hundreds or thousands as well. And after uploading that file, you can click the browse button, and within seconds, it will complete the loading of the data. And the next interface that opens, you can see your employee data is matched with the system's data. So there are no duplications. Each employee data has a status that it is matched or uploaded successfully. Then you can create new fields as well and create next. After you click next, you see the status of the matched field while onboarding. You can see how many number of the records have been imported by the system. And before proceeding further, you can send email to new users, exclude existing, update blank values in the fields, create new designations as well, and then finally click that process users to complete your onboarding. Okay. Next, we have career paths and upskilling with AI. Career paths help answer an employee's first big question: where can I grow from here? AI can look at your current skills, experiences, performances, and career goals to identify possible roles they can grow into and the skills they need to build. Once that direction is clear, we can come to upskilling through LMS. The LMS helps us answer the next question. Aditi, can you switch to the next slide? Yes. The next question is, what do I need to learn to get here? AI can recommend relevant courses, trainings based on the employee's skill gaps, roles, and career goals. So we are not just showing employees where they can go, we are also helping them understand how they can get there with customized learnings and training recommendations. Imagine the impact you can have by being able to identify which training or courses do individuals need instead of having a generic session for all employees. Now, let me just show you a quick example of how we can use AI to create course descriptions directly inside uKnowva. When you add course, you can have course name, course trainer, course category, author name as well, which you can add. Then you can add skills and their proficiency level, and then you can add or delete more skills as well. And therein you have the generate with AI button. Whenever you click it, within seconds your course description will be added automatically. Yeah. Okay. So AI is extensive as a topic. There's a lot we can talk about, but today we focused on what matters most for HR. The AI concepts and features you can actually understand and use in your day-to-day work. So before we wrap up this training, let's quickly recap what we learned today. What is AI? Important terminologies in AI for HR, AI for building analytics, AI in recruitment, AI for skills and career pathing, understanding future trends of AI like MCP that will revolutionize the way HR functions. And with that, we have come to the end of our AI playbook for HRs. Before I wrap up, I want to call Mohita and Himanshu again, um, and I want to know their thoughts. Mohita, ma'am, are you there?
Hi, Nilakshi.
Hi.
Hi.
Do we have Himanshu also here? I think he's not. But then, so Mohita ma'am, where do you see AI taking HR in the next few years? Can we have your thoughts on that?
AI is already taking HR to the next level, is what I see. I mean, it's not in the future anymore. It's already started happening, right? Today, if an HR is looking for a HRMS or they want to automate their department, they are looking for AI capabilities in any systems that they are looking at, right? So operationally, there are a lot of things not just as HRs, but as employees themselves, that we are expecting AI to do. And that is true in HR domain as well. So, for example, you showed uKnowva's MCP model. Now, uKnowva,
Yes.
what it does is it allows the employees to be able to do certain transactions directly from AI. They don't need to go to the UI version. They don't need to find the module and then do applications over there. They just need to send a request on the chatbot saying, I want this to happen, and it will happen. So, application of leave. Similarly, as a manager, if I want to post a job, if I want to search for a candidate, all of that I am able to do with AI. So, operationally, there is a shift that is happening where the AI being agents for the employee is doing the task for them, and that is across the board. Now, how it affects the HR is HR functionalities broadly traditionally has been, support function and then the strategic function, right? And
Yes.
I think the future of HRs with AI in place is going to be that the support functions that where you are creating, you're generating payroll or you are recruiting, a lot of taken care by the AI where you are just overseeing things. You give a prompt and the candidate data is received by you. You give another prompt and the online assessments will happen. And then you are just strategically thinking about whether or not this fits my requirement. So what will happen over a period of time, and it's already started happening, is that we move from an operations based department to a more strategic department. So, in true form, we will be business partners instead of just being a cost center. So, we will have to start thinking strategically as to, so how do we solve certain problems? How do we increase the bottom line? How do we manage certain issues that the company is facing? So, we will move towards that. And it's already happening. It's not in the future anymore. I mean, it's already started happening, and that is where AI is taking us.
Right. Thank you, ma'am. That's a very great answer. And I think it expands what I've already said in the training today. And thank you for that. I think we have one question, but someone from Uma, can UI and AI coexist in case MCP is deployed? I think we have answered that, but do you want to share your two thoughts on that?
Absolutely. I mean, there will always be a set of people who are going to be using the UI version of the system as opposed to the MCP version, where it is more convenient for them to go and make the applications and on the system instead of asking AI, because maybe there's a hesitancy, maybe they want to make sure that the application that they are sending is correct, or they want more control of the application being sent. So absolutely, for now at least, it's going to coexist. 2 years, 3 years down the line, maybe that might not be the truth anymore. 2 years, 3 years down the line, I think the UI version would slowly fade away because it's more convenient to do it on the MCP and so on.
Right.
But for now, at least it exists, and it will continue existing for some time at least. Absolutely.
Okay. Nice. I think we have Himanshu here. Welcome, Himanshu. We missed you. But Mohita ma'am has already given her 2 cents. But I also want you to share your 2 cents on where do you see AI taking HR in the next few years?
Sure. So, as we have seen the newer developments and mostly how the agentic field that is coming in, and as even ma'am said, the MCP and AI's correlation, I see the HR tech in itself will become more non-humanistic dominance in repetitive tasks. That's where I see AI to come in, because even today, many tasks that an HR team has to do is into multiple processes, from payroll to recruitment to operations. I see that AI can play a very vital role with AI, like something which is a togetherness thing, where
Hmm.
all the repetitive tasks where an HR has to spend hours and hours can be taken care by AI directly on a day-to-day basis, and HR could be a human in loop or a verifier on how the AI will actually be working. Because even today, AI is a very big black box. No one knows how
Right.
AI in its core functions. So that's the thing, the role of being together and functioning at a same level, where we tell AI to do a task but still monitor at a core level, is where I see the play coming in.
Okay. I think, Himanshu, we have a very interesting question from Uma, which you
Yeah.
can obviously answer better. Like, how can you also confirm how the AI interview works? Can you explain the modality a bit?
Yes, absolutely. So today, how the AI interview field in itself is working is dominated by multiple factors.
Right.
First is a call-based AI interview where AI calls, which is like a human-like conversation,
Hmm.
which is mostly done for screening, scheduling, all the back-end kind of a stuff. That is the level one of how an AI interview works. Level
Hmm.
two comes in where AI acts like a recruiter. So
Hmm.
there is an avatar like something or a blob, how in Gemini and OpenAI comes. That
Hmm.
is a AI recruiter. They ask you a question, you ask on a to and forth basis.
Hmm.
That same like how a screening interview works, it's just not on a call, on a
Hmm.
real number, it's on a web interface like a Zoom or a Meet call. So the recruiter's work gets done here completely. The third,
Hmm.
or which is one of the biggest at the industry right now, is the assessment part, where
Hmm.
AI automation plays the level, where every question, because of AI being there, reiterates itself depending on the previous answer, how the
Hmm.
candidate is performing, all the monitoring from
Hmm.
its face to its expressions to what it has written, is the
Right.
level third of an AI interview part. So I'll obviously say there are three levels. First was the screening and basic calling scheduling. Second
Hmm.
is a avatar based video interview, like a basic recruiter thing. Third
Right.
is the more prominent assessment, which is like a final thing before any decision making is done.
Okay. Great. I think we have one more question.
Yeah.
Maybe Mohita ma'am and Himanshu, you can also take. How do you see conversational AI and MCP transforming HR software? You both can take one minute on that.
Sure. So if I'll start on it in terms of conversationality and MCP working together,
Hmm.
at the end of the day, how an MCP and AI is working on how we have trained it on the data.
Right.
Everything at the end is how good our data is, so that AI can answer. It's complete conversationality, or what we say NLP,
Hmm.
natural language, how it will be feeling to us like a human, depends on how well it is trained on the particular data that we have. Even if we take like a basic example of, let's just say, could you please give me my leave balance or what's the upcoming leaves, unless and until it has the correct data in this particular format, however good the AI model is, the
Hmm.
conversation would never be a human like thing. It will
Hmm.
always depend on a very generic answer. So the complete
Hmm.
conversationality of a AI bot in MCP,
Hmm.
be it chatbot or in any way, even if it's an audio based conversation, depends on how good your data set to the AI is, or how well the AI is trained for that specific use case.
Right.
Generalistic AI will play a very less role than a
Hmm.
dominant AI in the particular field.
Okay. Great. Thank you, Himanshu, for your inputs. Mohita ma'am, do you have any 2 cents to share on that?
Sure. I mean, how it is changing or transforming HR and HR operations. It is making HR more. It's improving the user experience. Basically, that is the end of it. Like, why do you use WhatsApp? Because it's
Hmm.
easy to use, right? The same
Right.
concept is with conversational AI or with MCP. for a user, it is that much more easier for me to just type out what it is that I require instead of going to a page. I mean, logging into the system first, then going searching for a module, then going to that page, then filling out the form, then submitting it, then figuring out whether it is approved or not. Yeah, with a conversational AI or with an MCP, it's that much more easier for me to get what I want immediately. And that is how it is transforming the HR operations as well, which is why I said for now you have both the UI version as well as the MCP in most systems, but 2 years down the line, the UI version is going to fade away. The reason being just this. Apart from this, also, I mean, we ourselves have seen we've had report generator for the longest period of time, but how many HRs have gone and actually created their own reports? Not a lot. Unless you have a technical background, then you go and you sometimes fiddle around with the system and you create your own report. But with the conversational AI, they now have the ability to go and just put whatever report they want to generate. They can just put it in their own words, and they will understand and create a report for them. It's not just employees who are going to find using the system easier with conversational and MCP based AIs, but also the administrator, right, in terms of generating reports, creating new automations or workflows, and so on. So overall, the user experience is going to improve, and HR is going to be that much more reachable for a normal employee. They don't really have to go to a person and ask their queries. They can ask the bot for the queries and get responses without having the fear of being judged.
Okay, great. I think we have one more question. It's from Advika. Mohita ma'am, you can go first on answering this question. What emerging AI trend do you believe HR leaders are underestimating today?
I do not believe HR leaders are underestimating AI anymore. I don't see that happening. We may crib and cry about the fact that we have AI now, and you know how the future is going to be. I remember a couple of years ago when I had gone for a meeting, a seminar, and everyone was like, AI, yeah, we don't know what the future is. But I don't think we are underestimating anything as of. Yeah, I mean, right now we are all on the board, all aboard. We are all in. We want to use AI. We have a diktat of using AI from the top as well. Even the bottom ranks have asked us to, get on board. So yeah, I don't think there is anything that we are underestimating. We are very conscious about the fact that AI is here. AI is here to stay, and unless we get on board, we are going to lose out on our competitive edge. Whatever industry it is, whatever task it is that you are doing, everyone wants to use AI because it makes life simpler. And so on. So I don't think anyone is underestimating any AI trend. And people are now not using AI just to, even if you are just starting out with AI, it's not just using chatbot and say ChatGPT or Gemini or so on. Everyone has started searching for how AI can make their life simpler, be it creating PPTs, be it creating sets of codes, be it even Excel formulas. I have seen, people decrypting the Excel formulas to make it more readable for a common person. Even that, I mean, to that extent also, छोटे से छोटी चीज से बड़े से बड़ी चीज, everyone is using AI, and I don't think HR is behind that curve any longer.
Got it. And that was a very rich answer coming from you, ma'am. Himanshu, do you have a distinct view on that, or do you second what Mohita ma'am has said?
I'll actually second it, and I'll also add in it that AI as now in nowadays has also become like a buzz thing. So everyone wants to have AI, but they still don't know what the reality in itself is. So like as ma'am said, everyone wants it कि चलती गाड़ी में सबको बैठना है. but they don't know what
Right.
the final destination right now is still today. So like, what is the real goal and real implementations on it, and how they will be being benefited from it. So
Right.
that's also a point to actually know ki, like, what is our real needs and how we can really implement it to focus and make our work more easier for that specific need.
Yes. Okay. Thanks, Himanshu, Mohita ma'am. It was a great conversation that we had with you on your thoughts and the Q&As. With that, we are wrapping up the session today. And just a quick reminder before we end the session that we have a survey running right now on calculating your HR process maturity level. My team has already shared the link in the comment section, but they will share again just in case someone has not filled the survey. It only takes 2 minutes and you will get the score right away in your email. And as a small thank you for participating in the survey, 3 lucky winners are going to receive a surprise gift hamper from our end. That's it, guys. Thank you for coming today for the webinar and training session. We will be sending you these recordings and uploading on our socials as well. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for
Thank
having
you.
us.
Okay.